guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Charisma, and as you can see, we're looking a little crazy today. But I wanted to show you a quick eye look that you can do in less than 5 minutes and get yourself out the door within about 15 minutes from start to finish. So I wanted to kind of show you the before and after, before and after. Anyway, so I'm in a really good mood today. I did a lot of blogging today, and it just got me really inspired to come back to what I love and what I know, which is makeup, and makeup for women who are over 40. So let's embrace our beautiful crow's feet and our beautiful wrinkles together, and let's get started. For stopping by, and thanks for coming back. I'm really excited to have you here. So today I'm going to be featuring mostly Merle Norman products. As you know, I am a big Merle Norman fan. Again, I don't think enough YouTubers speak about Merle Norman, but I'm going to be using their Knockout Nudes palette. That is what is on my eye. Everything on my eye other than my mascara is Merle Norman. So I've already got my eyeshadow primer on, and I'm going to use a look that you only have to use a couple brushes because I feel like right now in the industry there's a lot of push to buy very expensive brushes, and I'm not against buying expensive brushes, but I am against being pushed into something that you do not need. If you just do makeup for yourself, you really only need about 5 brushes, and they don't have to be expensive brushes. You can really, honest to goodness, if you can get a good look with your fingers, that says a lot, which you should. If you're at that point with makeup, like if you can get in there with your fingers and blend something out and make it look like an Instagram eye, then yeah, you're on top notch, and maybe spend a little bit more money on your brushes. But honestly, you don't have to spend a lot of money on brushes. So pretty much today we're going to use these 2 brushes, a flat brush and a buffing brush, or a fluff brush. So I do have the primer already on my eye, and what we're going to do today is we're going to do just a quick look, and there's only 4 shadows on this eye, but it's very minimal. All right, so we're going to take this color right here. This is called Beauty Mark. It is in that taupey color. It is a little on the warm taupe side. Now you can use a cool taupe. I actually prefer a cool taupe, but what I will typically do is get a eyeliner pencil in a cool taupe, and you can do the same thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that flat brush, and we're going to, trying to do this the right way, we're going to take the tip of it, and we're gonna kind of pat it in to that area, into that color. We're gonna pat it into that color, and we're gonna tap that off, and then we're going to, let me make sure that I'm in here so you guys can see me. So where your crease would naturally be, because as we get older, obviously our eyes kind of start to sag. So my crease, typically it's the width of your pinky, typically. My crease would be right about there. Now what I'm gonna do is go right above that, so pretty much on that brow bone. And I'm going to take that brush, and I'm going to not quite go up to the highlight area, not go down in my crease, but I'm going to tap that on there. Okay, and then you can either use your buffing brush right now, your blending brush, or you can use this. Now, as you can see, it already looks like I have highlighter on, but I don't. You're gonna take this, and you're gonna pull it down, or you can windshield wiper it, however you want to do it. And you're just gonna kind of soften that up. All right, so that's what it's gonna look like. Then you're gonna go into this color. I'm gonna go into this color right here. This color, it's called Smitten, like a Smitten Kitten. And then I'm gonna take the flat of my brush and load up the flat of the brush. So literally like this. And as you can see, there's not a lot of kickback. There is some, but it's not like some others. I'm gonna tap off that excess, okay? And then with that Smitten, I'm not gonna go quite up to the highest point, but pretty much the width of that brush. I'm gonna pat that right there. And I'm gonna take that all over. And as you notice, I did not use a transition color, and this is why. One, I have the primer on my eye and I want it to pick up this color. I'm not trying to blow this color out, so I'm not putting a transition color down first to kind of come in. I want that primer to pick this color up and make that pigment as heavy as possible. All right, so I'm gonna pat that in. Now again, you can, if you have a blending brush or a buffer brush, you can go in at this point and buff that out, or you can just be done. That again, it goes into preference and how much time you want to spend, but today we're trying to do this quick, so we're going to show you how to do it quickly. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take these two colors here. This is Rose Quartz and this is Gold Star. And I'm going to take one side of the brush and I'm going to wiggle it through the Gold Star. I'm going to take the other side of the brush and I'm going to wiggle that through Rose Quartz. Then what I'm going to do, tap that off, and I'm going to take that Rose Quartz color and I'm just going to pat it very gently right here. And then I'm going to take the gold color and I'm going to take the gold color and put that up kind of in my brow area. Okay? And then again, you can take that and you can blend it this way. Now again, my hand is down here. I am using this. Most people are going to say, no, you need a blender. You don't. Blenders are nice though. If you're doing like all out glam heavy look, yeah, blender is an amazing tool. Or buffer, a lot of people call them buffers. All right, so that's it. Next color, using that same brush, we're gonna go into this color right here. That is called, I think that's Tiger's Eye. Yeah, that's Tiger's Eye. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yes, Tiger's Eye, sorry. The colors are on the back, which thank God they actually label them, but me personally, I would prefer that my colors had their names like right in there somewhere, which there is enough room on here that they could have, I feel like, in tiny writing put the colors. I don't know, my preference. So I'm gonna load the brush up with that Tiger's Eye, both sides. Now, you do not have to spray these to get a lot of nice pigment. Now, if you're going for a full out glam look, absolutely you could spray this and really pack that on, but it's not the look we're going for today. Excuse me, it's hot in my room today. So we're gonna pat that, and now you're just gonna put this on your lid. Now, ladies, your lid is not this whole area right here. I see a lot of people doing that, and your lid is when you open your eyeball, it's that little piece right there. That tiny little piece, that's your lid. So we're gonna place that color right on your lid. Now again, we're just going for a kind of quick, soft look. We're not trying to glam it up today. But you very easily could glam this up. This, just from that color alone, you could spray that on there, really pack that in there and get that really full blown out foiled look. Just not going for that today. All right, so that's it. We're gonna put on our eyeliner and mascara. I'm gonna use my Super Cat today. This is my tried and true eyeliner. I go through a lot of different eyeliners to try to figure out what one I like the best. This one, for the price, I think it's $13.99. Again, it's hands down is my favorite, and I do have that hooded eye, so this dries at the end of the day. I don't have it up on my brow bone or anything like that. I've only had it happen one time, and that's actually somebody sprayed me in my face and my face got wet. All right, so when we put eyeliner on, this is gonna be weird because I'm kind of showing you, but I don't start doing like the real heavy tugging, because if you have crow's feet, that tugging actually will exacerbate that. Like, it's gonna really pull those crow's feet out and kind of make them wrinkly. So you can either lift your brow and close your eye, or you can gently like lift up. All right, so today I'm gonna kind of just gently lift up. I'm gonna close my eye, and I'm just gonna kind of make some dashes here dashes. And then kind of make my line. So it's really that easy. If you're not good with a liquid pen and you're kind of like, oh, they scare me, get a regular eyeliner pen or eyeliner pencil. Go ahead and put that on there first, smudge it out a little bit, and then put this on top of it. And then that way you have a line to follow. Sometimes that's much easier. And if you have a lot of excess skin right there, which again, as we get older, that happens. I don't know what I did with my lid. That happens, you know, quite often as we get older, that skin starts to get a lot more loose. So if you do kind of have that challenge, most definitely can get in there with a pencil and kind of make these little dashes and smudge that in, and then take your liquid liner over that, and that's going to help give a smoother appearance and kind of mask those little tiny fine lines and wrinkles on your eye. But I mean, I get it. I have them. I have. Matter of fact, I was doing a video the other day and I got so tickled because as I was blending my shadow, you could just see the skin on my eye moving, and I was like, oh, the joys of getting older. But because I remember just, you know, it wasn't even, you know, not even 8 years ago, you know, I can still get in there and had like this nice taut skin and just get in there and blend away. So you just have to learn your little workarounds that make you happy and that, you know, can still make your makeup look pretty. Okay, so again, I digress. I know I ramble a lot, but eyeliner is on. My mascara that I'm using today is by Revitalash. I have really been loving this mascara. I don't typically curl my eyelashes, but with this one, I haven't had to. So that says a lot to me. So I'm actually going to use both sides. It has a volumizing primer, which is in blue. And you could actually even just wear this as mascara by itself because it's a really pretty color. And if you have kind of green to hazel eyes, blue mascara does really just kind of bring that out. If you're not comfortable with it, obviously you would go over it with the black or a black brown. Okay, so when we do our eyes, you want to get in there, open your eye as much as possible, and get that brush up as close to that edge like you would your eyelash curler. I see a lot of people kind of just doing this. It's not really getting your eyes, and as we get older, our eyelashes kind of start going down anyway. We tend to lose that natural curl, and they tend to just start, I don't know, facing down for some reason. But this actually, if you get in there and you kind of use the mascara as your curler, and you're probably gonna poke yourself in the eye a couple times. I know I do it every time I do my mascara. So kind of just take it and push that up and then close your eye. I tend to kind of take my mascara, and as I'm kind of doing that up, I tend to push it just gently to that center on both sides, and that does kind of open up the eye, and especially if you don't have a lot of eyelashes, it will give that illusion of more lashes and a bigger open eye. But I really do like this. I've been very impressed with it. I don't find that it's totally flaky. It does seem to last pretty much all day, and I like that. I'm not touching up anything. And it's a little bit, in my opinion, it's a little bit on the drier side formula, and I think drier formulas tend to work on mature eyelashes better than, say, like a really wet one. I mean, that's a pretty mascara. Again, I don't typically put it on the bottom, but just kind of showing you that full look. And that is our eye look. Let's put some brows on real quick. I'm going to be using the Merle Norman Brow Sculpting in Rich Brown. This one has been, when I first got it, I didn't like it. I would be honest with you. I felt like it was a little too waxy. It didn't want to get into my hair, and like, I just didn't feel like I could get a good brow with it. But once it warms up, it does work beautifully, and it does make beautiful beautiful brows. You can actually get a really good Instagram brow with this. So I'm just gonna kind of keep my natural brow. I am gonna sculpt it out just a little bit, just a hair. Again, not going totally crazy with that. See, it's just a beautiful, rich color. And I do tend to extend my brow just a hair out. One, it makes your eye bigger. And again, as we get older, we tend to start losing a lot of hair in this area. So it just kind of helps make it look like you've got more of a brow on there. All right. It does have a little spoolie on the end, so I am going to brush those up and down, and I'm going to flip that spoolie around because I'm just trying to make that really soft. I'm not trying to have a heavy brow. All right, guys, there you go. So honest to goodness, from start to finish, if I wasn't rambling or sitting here and telling you how to do it, this literally would take about 5 minutes. I can typically get it done in 3. And again, just using simple tools. If you want to use the blender, you absolutely can. But again, one flat brush did this whole look. You could get this brush, Sonia Kushak or Koshak at Target. You could use an e.l.f. brush. I haven't, used the Eco brushes, but I am told that they work wonderfully. And again, those are very inexpensive brushes. Or here's the thing, you could go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Blick's. Now Blick's is a little bit more expensive because they've realized that people are using artist brushes to do makeup, so they actually have kind of upped their prices. But Hobby Lobby, you can get this brush right here, natural hair. You can get goat hair or squirrel. I prefer goat hair. Matter of fact, I think this one is goat hair. Nope, this one is sable, but I do have a goat hair one. And I think at Hobby Lobby, I think this brush is $3.99. $3.99. Complete eye look, professional. I'm a professional. I'm telling you, you do not have to spend a lot of money on brushes. If you want to, you can. I'm just saying you don't have to. Okay, so, sorry guys. My foundation that I'm going to use today is going to be the Mega Cushion Wet n Wild in Light Ivory. I have to be honest with you, I've really been liking this. I have some really high-end foundation. I have Hourglass is probably hands down my favorite. Hourglass is probably hands down my favorite. This one, if you have mature dry skin and you like kind of a fuller coverage stick foundation, this stuff is amazing. It is worth every penny. I think I paid $45 for this. I've had it for 3 months now, and I use it quite often, and I'm not gonna take it all the way up, but I still have considerable amount left. Like, I feel like this has just been an amazing product, and I actually even milled some off and gave it as a sample to someone, because like a try before you buy, because I really do like this so much. My next favorite foundation, again, is Merle Norman, sorry Merle, Timeless Illuminating. This is a light to full coverage finish. This is definitely gonna have that dewy, kind of highlighted look. It does give a youthful appearance. Now, this is not, you do have to use setting spray with this. This is not a matte finish. It is not a dry down finish. It does stay very kind of tacky. You do have to set it with powder and definitely set it with setting spray. But the look from this is gorgeous. Now, you are going to still get, like, if you have a little bit of freckles, unless you really build it up, you're still going to get kind of that natural face look through it. So consider it more on like a heavier BB cream or a heavier CC cream. But I absolutely love this stuff. This is, again, my go-to. These two are the two that I constantly repurchase. So this would be my complete full coverage photos, things like that. This is my everyday, going out. But this little gem here, honestly, has been kind of, I find that I'm grabbing it more often. Now, it does have a little weird smell to it. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm just not a fan of smells. But it's not so overpowering that I smell it throughout the day. It's just kind of when you first open it. And I don't know if they're trying to do like a rose smell or something like that. I don't know. It's got a weird smell. And I'm going to use this little beauty today. I got this at Walmart for, I got 2 of them, I think, for like $2, $2.99 or something. This thing is amazing though. Well, I'll show you. So I'm going to push it down in there because I don't like the applicator that came with it. I don't feel like it covered. It looks like it soaked it all up, but watch. Look at that. I mean, it really just gives a beautiful, I mean, you can get right up under your eye. You can cut that, you know, kind of if you're trying to do that cut look on the end of your eye. This thing's amazing. And it does grab a lot of product, surprisingly. And you really like beat your face with it if you want to. But I do really like this foundation. I love the coverage. Now, typically I would go over my lips with that, but my lips are a little dry today, so I have some gloss on and I don't want to get gloss on that. I go over my lips typically because I go back in and I line my lips, and that tends to, when you put your foundation over your lips, it fills in some of those fine lines and it helps with that look. And I do have a lot of fine lines around my mouth, surprisingly. I have almost like a smoker's mouth. I don't smoke. I don't use straws. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, that quick. I'm not putting full coverage on, but oh, you know what? I'm lying if I say that it does full coverage and I don't use it as a full coverage. I'm sorry. I don't want to misrepresent the product. I have a little bit of melasma here. I think I have my sponge too wet because I don't typically have to keep putting this much on, guys. Sorry. I'm like making myself a liar when I say, I swear it's full coverage. It is full coverage. I think I have my little blender just a little too wet today. And again, I'm not sponsored by any of these products to speak their praises. They're just really honestly good products that I'm enjoying, and the price points are amazing. Okay, so like $3. I think this was $7. It wasn't that much. $13. $50. That's a little up there, but it's worth every penny. If you were gonna buy one nude palette out there, this would be it. And I've used a lot. I mean, I've used the Morphe, I've used quite a few. This, honest to God, guys, this is the one that I would use. It is the one I use. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of cheek color on. Today, I'm going to use, they don't make this one anymore, and I wish they did. It came out in a collection from Merle Norman, and it's called, it's Lasting Cheek Color Afterglow. And it's such a pretty color. I'm gonna kind of use it as a highlight though, because it is pink, but it's a pretty pink. Okay, so when I do my blush, at 46 years old, I don't do the apple. Now, it'll come down to the apple, but I don't start at the apple. I kind of start up here with like little taps, and I'm gonna do on this side little taps, and then I will kind of do this buffing. And as I'm doing this buffing, it does kind of come down in here, but I'm not focusing down on that because as we get older, we are trying to make that face look up and lifted and youthful. And a lot of times as we get older, if we kind of pack that color right in on the cheek, it brings the face in, and it kind of makes it look older. So that's not what our goal is. So just a very soft wash of that, very soft pink. I'm really feeling pinks here lately. Pinks and peaches. I've really been into that in like a really bold lip. Okay, and then my other cheek color that I'm going to use today, surprisingly that I find myself I've been going to, is the Ulta Beauty. It is their Cool Bronzer and their Rose Blush. I got this in a sample pack when I bought something from Ulta. I don't remember what I bought, but this was in like a little kit that they got. And I did, I think, a video on it not too long ago. And I'm liking it. I find myself, I keep coming back to it. Okay, so same brush. And I just kind of load it up a little bit. And I'm going to tap that off. And same thing. I'm just going to come back here and just, and I mean, I am barely putting that on there. All right, and then I'm gonna kind of buff that out. And you can see that's, I mean, that blush is so pretty and it's pretty powerful. I mean, to have just that little tiny bit and it really wear like that. All right, and then I'm gonna use, again, same brush. Now, if this was a really, really heavy color, I probably would not be able to get away with this because it would just look too muddy. But I'm gonna go in, now you could get a different brush if you wanted to, but I'm just gonna go back in with this brush very lightly into that cool bronzer. I do tend to like cool bronzers. I tend to like cool tones on myself anyway. But you know, if you want a warm, you can do a warm. So again, with that bronzer, I'm just gonna do it up kind of closer to my hairline. I'm gonna kind of pat that into that cheekbone. You can do the, I'm not bringing it all the way down. Just gonna kind of keep it in that area. And again, I'm just very lightly bouncing that. I'm not really getting in there. Now I will go back and I'm gonna buff. It's a very pretty color. If you wanted more, you absolutely could go in and build more, but this is supposed to be quick and fast and out the door. And then I'm gonna, now here's another one. Instead of going all up, I'm just gonna go, here's my temple, just right above my temple, pat a little bit there. Okay, and then I'm gonna blend that. So, and then I'm gonna kind of swirl. And I'm kind of up in my hair more than I am down on my face. Because again, I'm just trying to give that illusion of openness. As we get older, sometimes contouring, you don't want to get into heavy contouring. You can, but again, you got to remember where to place it because it can start actually making the face look older or pushing it in instead of like really bringing it out and open and up. Alrighty, so there is that. That's kind of our look that we're going for today. I am going to use another Merle Norman product. Oh, imagine that. And this color is called it's the Lip Pencil Plus, which I love these. I have many of them. This one is called Tender Kiss, and it's kind of a pinky nude or a chocolate nude. What I love about these, as you can see, I really do use these a lot. There is a liner on one end. Your lipstick is on the other. Oh, I need to sharpen that. But here's the thing. There's a lot of companies, I got tickled. There's a lot of companies coming out with these, sorry, off camera. A lot of these companies coming out with these really new inventions of having dual end lipsticks. I'm like, Merle Norman has been doing that for years. So I encourage you. I'm not getting paid by Merle Norman, which would be nice if I was, but I'm not getting paid by Merle Norman to speak about their products. I swear, I just really, truly love them. I think their price points are amazing. And they have really good makeup. Okay, so now that I've got that kind of back up to where I can use it, I'm going to line my lips. Now you can actually use your liner all the way in. I actually prefer to do that. And these liners are very creamy. My lips kind of cut off naturally, so I've got to kind of like make this, you know, softer look. Otherwise I get very square. beautiful opaque color. These do last quite a while. You will have to retouch them through the day, but it's not like every 20 minutes or something. It's literally, oh, I have to eat, I'm gonna reapply. I've actually eaten and not had to reapply. So I mean, this is just a really great product. All right, so that is our look, guys. Honest to goodness, if I it really from start to finish would take you about 15 minutes to do a full face of makeup using this tips and tricks, and get yourself out the door and still look pretty and feel good about yourself and not having to spend several hours in front of the mirror trying to get your makeup done. I'm not opposed to spending several hours, because trust me, there are days that I do really get in there and meticulously contour everything, but this is just your quick look. It's very age appropriate, it's pretty, it's great products. Again, if you haven't tried Merle Norman, I really highly recommend you go out, try Merle Norman. And if you're gonna spend $50 on a makeup palette, this is the one that I would spend it on. I love it. So, all right guys, God bless.